Hey there, welcome to tutorial number 7 of the Easy jQuery series, part of easyprogramming.net. In the last tutorial, we built a really quick shopping list app where you were able to add to and remove from the list. Let's enhance it today in this tutorial by looking at the show and the hide methods available to us in jQuery. The basic functionality behind this is just show or hide an HTML element, as simple as that. It won't remove it completely, so that means once it's hidden, you can show it, and once it's shown, you can hide it. Adds a little bit more flexibility to your application. The show and the hide method, according to the jQuery documentation, takes in 3 arguments. These are all optional. The duration can be done in milliseconds, can also be entered as slow or fast. Easing, which is even more optional, is just a transition type of transition, as well as a complete callback function, something that you want to happen after the show or the hide is done. So in front of you we have the application that we built in the last tutorial, where you add something to your list and you can double click and remove it. So we're going to remove this remove function and just add a show and a hide option. I also added a quick little example here just to show you the basics of the show and the hide methods available in jQuery. So let's do a really quick example. In my HTML, my example text, what am I, has an ID of example item, and my 2 buttons are example show and example hide. So let's do really quick example show dot on click function, and then we'll target example item show. That's it. Let's copy this, put it here. I'll change this to hide, and then I'll change this to hide. That's all there is, show and the hide. So let's update and run it. After I click on hide, it disappears. When I do show, it reappears. By default, the duration is 400 milliseconds, so if you want, you can actually change it. You can do this a couple different ways. You can put in the number of milliseconds straight in here, so you can do, let's do 1,000 milliseconds, which is 1 second. Whoops, missed a 0. Let's do run. If I do hide, it goes away pretty slowly. When I do show, it appears pretty slowly as well. You can also put in the text slow. Whoops, slow. Cannot type today. And then you can do fast. Let's run it. So when I hide it, it goes away pretty quickly. When I show it, it appears pretty slowly. I think slow is about 1,000 milliseconds. And you can always put in a comma and then a callback function to whatever you want the function to do. This is just the basics of the show and the hide methods in jQuery. So let's enhance our shopping list app with what we learned, and let's actually comment this out. If you select this in JS Fiddle and you do control / it comments that line out. So we'll just leave it down there somewhere. And let's add let's modify this. I'm actually going to copy this out, this function headers, because we're still targeting the list items inside the shopping list ID unordered list. So let's do this. Right. So now all we're going to do is this dot, instead of remove, we'll do, if you guessed it, it's hide. That's really all there is to it. If you want to put in a duration, we'll do 1,000 milliseconds. Sure, why not? So update and run it. And then if I add in eggs, chocolate, broccoli, I spelled that right. Ram, why not? Once I double click on chocolate, it slowly disappears. Click on broccoli, slowly disappears. If you actually inspect the element and you look at the let's zoom in. If you look at the actual the source code still here, you can see that chocolate and broccoli are still there. They're just hidden. If I get rid of this style, it's just changed to display none. If I get rid of it, it reappears here. If I double click it, it goes back to none. You can see this cool little thing that's happening with the opacity and slowly disappearing of the items. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to click on the show button, show hidden button, and it'll show everything on the list. So let's say you wanted to check off everything in a to-do list and you wanted to see your whole list again. you can just click on show hidden and it'll show everything. And this is also pretty simple. So we'll do show hidden. This is the button ID. This is what I was looking for. Dot on click function. And what we'll do is we'll target the entire list item, not example, doing shopping list li. Again, it takes CSS selectors dot show. What this will do is it'll show everything inside of the shopping list, anything that with an li item. You can target them individually, you can target them separately, but you can also target them all in one go. Now if I run it, let's do eggs, chocolate, green beans, ketchup, RAM, why not GPU, blah blah blah. Let's hide some, chocolate, eggs, GPU. Oh, I'm done with the shopping list. Let's click on show hidden and they all reappear. It's pretty simple. Now you just added some more functionality to your shopping list app. Before I let you go, I'm going to show you one really quick method that I haven't talked about. It's the toggle method, and we're going to apply it to this what am I example up here. Let me just copy this and then we'll add it here. We'll call it toggle, and the idle will be toggle me, the ID will be toggle me. So let's just take this example show, we'll do toggle me, change that up. An example item, instead of show, we'll do toggle. So what toggle is a special function that allows you to pretty much combine the show and the hide methods in just one piece of code. Toggle will look at an element. If it's hidden, it'll show it. If it's visible, it'll hide it. So now if I run it, I have this toggle button. If I click on toggle, it disappears. If I click on toggle again, it reappears. So when you're designing your websites, you want to create just one button to show and hide something. Just click on, you can use toggle. It's really great if you want to show and hide menu items, if you want to show and hide navigation items, list items, etc. It's pretty cool. So now if I click on show, nothing happens, but if I hide, show, etc., toggle, yeah. Well, I hope you learned something in this tutorial. If you have any questions, please ask in the comments below or on easyprogramming.net. Thanks for watching this Easy jQuery series tutorial. Please come back for the next one. I do have more planned. I do appreciate your support. Thanks for watching. Have a great one.